So happy Friday. I am Ryu, founder and executive director of Inner Source Wellness Center and Urban Regenerative Sustainability. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to greet the community, thank the community, and ask all of you to consider participating in our up and coming GoFundMe campaign. As many of you know, we've been open for about 11 years, serving the community in the capacity of reciprocity, compassion, and in the spirit of oneness. Over those 11 years, we have experienced a significant journey, including a lot of support from all of you, whether it be in the form of providing your volunteer time, coming and helping, your various skills, donations to the center, just to allow us to move forward and do some of the things that we're doing. We would not be able to do the things that we have been doing or be where we are without you. And this really falls specifically, and it is in alignment with the energy that the center has carried and hopes to continue to carry, which is to make our services accessible and available to everyone, no matter what walk of life, no matter what experience, so that they then can take those same experiences, that same knowledge, remember, and contribute going forward. It's that adage of reach one and teach one, or pay it forward. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about this morning about kind of where we are. Many of you have been, of course, on this journey with us and observed all of the different things that have been going on. But what's really necessitating this idea of running this GoFundMe campaign is that we're pretty much busting out of the seams right now. All of the seeds that we have been planting over the last number of years have decided to all sprout at the same time. More recently, we have been gifted with the opportunity to rebuild another space about 18 minutes from the center in the Pennsylvania area. And the space is basically a template similar to what the space here in Pike Creek was, 20 some years ago. And so it's such a tremendous opportunity, and we know that this opportunity has come our way because of the energy that we have continued to place out into the community. So that is one of the biggest things that has happened. Secondarily, we have been observing opportunities to go after various grants to help support funding vehicles in light of really wanting to continue this model of keeping things very accessible to people in the community, a balance of being able to maybe sometimes provide things free to a sliding scale, and just making ourselves available through all this work so that we can continue to spread this energy, to continue to spread this light, and to enable folks to remember the things that are already inside of us. So we were very fortunate this year to be able to have the opportunity to apply for our first SARE grant. We are still waiting decision on that, but we are very hopeful. And one of the things in going through that process that we discovered again and were reminded of is how much support we actually have in the community. Presently, we have a number of co-facilitators that support us with our education and have come through the door with a willingness and open heart to do so. And one of the things that we want to ensure is that as we continue to move forward, that we can honor them from an equitable standpoint and be able to reciprocate in the same ways that they have with us over these number of years. The other aspect is we provide a lot of certification programs and education, which we want to continue to make available to people, as we've mentioned, our healing services, We want to continue to make those available and accessible to folks. And so being able to finally figure this whole grant thing out and have access to being able to provide and write these grants is a tremendous milestone, is something that we had as top priority for us for this year. So we're awaiting the SARE grant. It's a 3-year grant. It's primarily focused on education, also to support, underserved population, also to, support those who are less fortunate, enable them to have access to services and quality education from those who are out there in the community who are actually walking the talk, as well as continue to allow us to expand the things that we're doing between both of these sites. As a second, we did apply for our first grant, which is an EQUIP grant through the Delaware Conservation District, and it was a mini grant. And the purpose of this grant was to be able to provide support for our existing equipment needs that we have on our present site. So we were looking to put another smaller greenhouse on our site, as well as a vermicomposting system and a heater and circulation fan for our greenhouse. And I'm pleased to say that we were awarded that grant. We more recently found out about that grant, and it's a reimbursement grant, which means that we would pay for things up front, and then we would be reimbursed for what we have spent. So we're extremely grateful. With the expansion of acquiring the new land 18 minutes away, that's going to be a complete fit out. We've already invested monies into that space, in getting urban farm spaces built out, and we're sharing that space with additional farmers in the community. Two BIPOC female farmers will be farming in that space. So again, this is a tremendous opportunity for folks to engage and help to support their various businesses, and we plan to continue that expansion and offer other opportunities to individuals within that community. In addition, we're gaining a significant amount of support from various schools relative to offering of students to support the volunteer work that needs to be done, not only on our existing site, but our site that we that we will be making available and be doing a considerable amount of work on up in Pennsylvania. Presently, we have a volunteer program in collaboration with Goldie Beacom College, and starting in May, we will have a collaboration effort with Dr. McKay Jenkins of the University of Delaware, in which we will have a student team of folks that will be assisting us between this space as well as our new space up in Pennsylvania. But as we continue to move along in this project, we realize there are going to be additional cost needs associated with new plants, trees that have to be installed, seeds, physical build-outs of things, equipment, and all kinds of various types of things. And so this is one of the reasons that we are running our GoFundMe campaign. Presently, the center not only provides the healing services associated with, anywhere from massage therapy to energy work to yoga to counseling to Tai Chi. We go across the board, and we host a number of practitioners, which oftentimes they are donating their services to the center, which is wonderful. And where we can, we always try to reciprocate with some type of stipends, because in most cases when people come here, for services, even if they are donated type services. We always get some type of offering from folks. So, in looking at the things that we are presently doing, in addition to our healing services, we have our education program, which continues to expand significantly. We run a Permaculture Design Certification program, which is the heart center of our education. It is now a 9-month program. The next time that it will be offered is in 2026. We have about 13 co-facilitators that are associated with that program that volunteer their time in a very, very significant way. So it's a very heavily experiential program. We've now graduated 6 cohorts from the program, and there is some expense associated with that program. And again, we would like to be able to continue to value our practitioners that are helping to support that program. In addition to that, we offer individual workshops. They could be, building workshops. They could be workshops on soil management, composting. They could be beekeeping. Any of the aspects that are covered across our 9-month program, these are individualized, specialized workshops as well. So that is really like our signature program. It is the thing that we focus on here. We come from an indigenous practices standpoint, and we really try to build into everything we do that reciprocity between all sentient beings and what is occurring on the earth, and how the benefit of engaging from that standpoint and benefits everyone. The other thing that we kicked off last year was our children's program, which was very, very successful. Art, Nature, and Healing. And it's just amazing to see how children really blossom in that environment where they're connecting to nature, they're connecting to art, and they're connecting to healing. In that program, we're offering them things like yoga, drumming. We actually take them on a forage. They get a chance to learn how to identify plants. They get a chance to do artwork. And what's been very, very amazing when we've asked the children what's been the most interesting part of the program for them, they always say, the plants, the plants, the plants. We started off with an age group of 5 to 10, which was pretty amazing. Most of the children in there were between 5 years old and 8 years old. And our desire is to create another program where the children would be in that mid-range, going up to 15 or 16. And then after that, they would have the opportunity to take the permaculture design program. So again, our education is a big, big piece of what we do here, making that connection from that standpoint. In addition, of course, we raise bees here. So, that is something that contributes into, we have our IWC medicinal and honey infusions. I'm an herbalist, wild crafter. So we sell a number of our products through our medicinals and honey infusions. And we offer things like various tinctures, teas, wild crafted teas, fire ciders, different types of syrups, our honey, infused honey, raw honey, just a plethora of products. And all of this is grown here, wild crafted here, packaged here. And the idea of this is to be able to, in that, teach everyone that full cycle of what happens, being able to come out here on the site, seeing Mother Elderberry, the elderberry that we actually propagated from, the elderberry that we actually harvested berries and flowers from to make some of our products. And speaking of propagation, we propagate a lot of plants. We grow plants from seed, and we also sell these through our nursery. So that's one of the other things we do here. We have a nursery market. In addition to that, we will be kicking off our first CSA this year, which we will do on a monthly basis. And individuals will have an opportunity to buy a share, and the share will consist of specialty products, things from our IWC medicinal honey infusions, as well as items from our food forest, fruit, nut, and berries, and also, of course, annual produce that we will have, which will all be seasonal throughout the year. Our intention is to extend those types of things up into our second site, and that is, like I said, a blank template, which is going to require a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of support, which we are definitively up for. But we know in developing this present site, this mature site has been being developed and rewilded for about 14 to 15 years. It's very, very, very mature. So we really have built the foundation here for all the things that we initially captured in our vision and wanted to be able to provide here at the center. In addition, we have community events. So this year we'll be running our vendor markets in conjunction with our regular markets. We are inviting other vendors from the community who are sustainable vendors to come in and participate and offer their wares, offer their education, do demonstration. And those vendor markets will be on a quarterly basis, but on a monthly basis we will have a regular market and nursery open as well. We also have a large community event at the end of the season where we not only invite vendors to participate, but we invite other centers. Last year we did this and we had 4 other centers participate, and this year we hope to have more to make it really like an expansive community type event. So we have a lot of things planned, and we have now the foundation to create a lot of things. But again, there's expense involved, and we have such a beautiful community. We have an expansive community going across our various platforms, as well as our mailing list. And we thought to ourselves, if we could have people at least contribute $1, at least $1, because oftentimes people don't contribute to these funding type initiatives because they feel like they can't contribute enough. But $1 goes a long way, especially when it's across the various communities. So I would like to invite you to think about the work that we're doing. Think about whether or not you've benefited from the work that we're doing and that you like the work that we're doing. And obviously, we have support for the work we're doing because we wouldn't be here today if it were not for you. And if all those things are resonating with you, we encourage, we welcome, and we would be honored to have you contribute to our campaign. No matter how big or small, all of it's big, all of it's large, and collectively, it would help support our journey tremendously. So with that, I would say thank you. We honor you. We're here to contribute our portion to make this world better, because we know that with all of us, this power of one, that we can be what we're meant to be, which are these divine sentient beings, full of love, full of compassion, and here for each other. So I thank you again, and I honor you. Peace and blessings.